and in general, human design has helped me to really be comfortable in my own individuality and the way I work, the way my energy works in a very conditioned environment like college. We're all trying to understand ourselves, the people around us, but we can't do that if we don't even understand or we don't even know where to start and really reflect on the things that make us us. Hey everyone, my name is Aja, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how I stay grounded and in tune with myself while being in college. I think this could be helpful to some people. I'm going to be referencing a lot of notes that I have, so if I'm looking down, that's all that it is. I set up a nice little vibe going on. I wanted it to be pretty personal, like a one-on-one. So I'm burning some incense, have my green tea here, and we're just going to talk about how I stay grounded, and hopefully some of these systems and practices can help you guys. But let's get right into the video. I started my spiritual journey in January of 2019, but I was just disassociating throughout that time period a little bit, and that really forced me into reflection on my view on life, how I viewed myself. That's when I picked up on a few practices and I started just doing some research on the things that I could be doing to get back to myself, but also understand how my mind works. Getting into the practices that I'm about to share with you all helped me to understand what I was experiencing, but also be able to put language and words to the things that I can kind of overcome. One of the biggest things that I do to stay grounded with myself is journaling. I journal almost every day. Give yourself a grace if you're trying these new habits. Allow yourself to just try them out, see what works, see what days work for you, times work for you, energy throughout the month. Writing has helped me to really translate what I'm thinking and put it down into paper and really contextualize it, while also allowing myself to continue to be the observer of my own thoughts. Personally, I've come to the realization that all of the thoughts that I'm thinking, one, are not all my own, and two, don't need to be energized. In the past, when I have energized my thoughts, they really do manifest in my reality, whether positively or negatively, but more so negatively when I energize the thoughts that I'm experiencing when I'm overthinking or I'm in a situation and I don't know how to proceed in it. I think writing has definitely allowed me to kind of get it down on paper and leave it on paper. I want to do a more in-depth video on journaling and writing, so I'm not going to talk about it too much in this video, but to summarize, journaling has helped me to contextualize while also discern what I'm really thinking and what I'm really feeling. But this next thing is my solitude. I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, I'm antisocial, I'm just an introvert. I think there's a lot that I have learned and other people can learn while being in their own solitude. Solitude is not a bad thing. It's not negative, and it shouldn't have this negative connotation that you just want to be alone, you can't socialize with people, you can't build connections with people. That's false. I am someone who naturally feels things very deeply. I'm passionate about the things that I do. I'm passionate about my interests, so I'm naturally going to be passionate and feel things deeply when it comes to people. I have enjoyed my solitude and created a really safe space where I'm comfortable with my own opinions and my thoughts. When I've constantly looked for external validation on something that I'm currently dealing with, I have noticed that I am then influenced and affected by what someone else has told me or what I have consumed on the media. I've really been practicing to no longer seek external advice or opinions on something that I'm currently dealing with, and really just search for those answers within myself because I know that they're there. I just need to be in my own space. This has allowed me to strengthen my own judgment while also living a life that is not based on the past or future. But I am currently on a little hiatus and I have no need to keep up with anyone but myself and my close circle of people. This next thing is really important to strengthen my intuition and feel very grounded within myself, and that is human design. So I'm gonna read off my definition of what human design is. You can then research later and come up with your own description and understanding because it has literally changed my life. So human design is a logical system of ancient teachings and science that analyzes your genetic makeup to help you navigate your life and understand your authentic self. So that is the basics of what human design is, but I really suggest that anyone watching this video just look into what human design is a little bit. You'll just fall into a little cycle of your human design, your body graph, and all of that, but I'll get into that. So human design has already confirmed aspects of my being, the way I work, how I transmute and amplify the energies of people around me, but most importantly, how I make decisions based on my energetic makeup. This won't make sense to a few people, but as a projector with a 2-4 profile, projectors absorb a lot of the energy that is around us. I honor myself even more by going into solitude and really understanding what energizes me in my own space. And in general, human design has helped me to really be comfortable in my own individuality and the way I work, the way my energy works in a very conditioned environment like college. We're all trying to understand ourselves, the people around us, but we can't do that if we don't even understand or we don't even know where to start and really reflect on the things that make us us. So I will be making another video on human design. Let me know any questions you have down in the comments on what things about human design that you're trying to figure out, getting into the profiles, how to use your strategy and authority in those big areas of your life. All of that I will get into and I hope to cover soon. The last thing that I'm going to talk about that is unique to me but can be generalized and applied to you is my creative projects. I'm a naturally creative person, and I know when I'm not aligned with my creative side and I'm not using my creative energy on a project or anything. So in the times where I have felt stuck, unmotivated, uninspired, and stagnant with my energy are the times that I'm not actively working on a creative project. I no longer say creative work. I've noticed in those times I'm not creating anything. I think we're all creatives and we all have creative energy. It just looks different for everyone. So for me, my creativity looks like fashion, filmmaking, and designing. That's just what my creativity looks like. But for you, it could look like coding and logistics, which are two completely different things, but you can find your creative energy and use your creative energy in those spaces where you're coding or you're doing some analytical work. But I think it's really important to find those rather interests and hobbies where you can be creative and you can try different things and you can take risk with any creative project that you're doing to just, mess around, see what you like, see what you don't like, and really have fun with it. So I see my creative projects as adventures and avenues closer to myself and closer to my authentic self. I am already my authentic self, but I think it's important to note here that we're constantly changing. We're constantly changing as beings. So I find it as an adventure where I can just keep finding different things about myself, understanding myself more, what I really like to do in these creative spaces to really just understand myself and feel grounded and comfortable in my own skin. So that is all I'm going to talk about in this video. If you guys want me to explain or go more in depth on some of the practices that I use, so I talked about journaling, being in my own solitude, and my creative projects. If you want me to go in depth or you have any questions for me, just leave them in the comments or just reach out to me on any of my social medias. But I really want to create these spaces on my YouTube where it's a little bit more intimate, it's sit down, it's a little bit more one-on-one for you guys to get to know me more, but then also for me to just talk to you guys on what I'm thinking, reflections on any of these topics. But I thought it was really important as I am about to finish my first year in college. I would definitely say that I've grown more in my environment rather than grown more in myself. I've always been pretty grounded and in touch with who I am and what I want out of this life, but I think I've grown more in the environment that I was put in. College is a very conditioned environment. We're all trying not to be perceived, but then we also want to be perceived in a certain way. So really navigating that and navigating those spaces of feeling seen, feeling valued, but also being able to affirm that for yourself. It's challenging for anyone, but yeah, I just want to create these spaces. I got my incense. My incense is almost done, which that's how you know I've been talking for a minute. Got my tea that I took like one sip out of, and it's cold now. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a beautiful day whenever you're watching this. Yeah, I hope you guys could take something from this video, whether it's something you want to implement, while also understanding your human design. Y'all need to get into human design. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. When I edit, I'll really see if I'm making sense, and I'll make myself makes sense. Thank you.